I'm not in the camera.
All right, come on over. And as you stand around, yes, I'm recording it. The only way somebody can see you is if you're on this side, but nobody will care. This is for access. All right, so come on over. We have a whole bunch of things to demo here. And this is a mess from all day today.
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing we're going to notice here is we're going to create a valley. Come on in, you can all see. Don't worry, the video, if you look, it doesn't show people, right, Trent? You can see there's no people, right? So even if you're up to here, the frame is only to the edge of the table. So it doesn't even show me, it just shows my hands. Okay? All right, so we're going to start by showing you how a valley is formed, or a canyon. We live in the Santa Clarita Valley. What was our valley formed from? So a valley is a dip in a mountain, right? Mm-hmm. What was it formed from?
Erosion.
Right, or what river carved our valley?
Santa Clara?
The Santa Clara River carved our valley. So this is how that happens. So if we have water that goes down, do you notice over time it creates its own channel? A channel is the path the river flows. Okay? So do you see over time that it's getting deeper and deeper? It's happening. It's getting deeper and deeper. Okay. Now, over time, the river will carve a deeper and deeper valley. And over thousands of years, you're going to end up with a deep valley with mountains on the side. Now, what's happening in this process? We have little particles moving down. What do we call this? It starts with an E.
Erosion.
Erosion. Okay. So when erosion happens, what's happening? Wait. What do you see next to that green thing? What's eroding out of the soil? Or what?
A fossil.
A fossil. So we have here, this is how scientists find new fossils. You have a big rain event, or a river erodes the land, and then they can dig out a fossil. So here we have a skeleton, we have a skull. All right. So that's how we find fossils. Okay. Let me stop the water. Now I put the little green thing in so I wouldn't lose the skull in the sand. So, okay, in case the water didn't uncover it. All right, so let's actually, do you see now it made this channel? Mm-hmm. And all of this has been eroded. All right, now I'm gonna form a river. So, I'm gonna speed up the process by thousands of years, and I'm gonna create a meandering river with a lot of turns. Okay, so let's see. I want it a little bit like this, a little bit high. Okay. Kids are like, usually they're like, I want to do this. This looks so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we take our river, and let's say I'm going to carve, water does the carving, but I'm doing it right now. So I'm making a curvy river, because rivers are mostly curvy. So I'm creating the valley here. Now here's a couple of terms you have to know, which you're going to read about in your book in a few minutes. All right. So we've got here carved out river bed. All right. Now I'm going to label some things for you. I'm going to have steep sides. And kind of like that. Okay. So if this is the Santa Clara River, the headwaters of our river, so the headwater is where the river begins. It begins up in Acton. Do you guys know where Acton is? Yeah. It's a little bit north on the 14 freeway. Okay, and it empties, this is the mouth of the river, where it empties into the ocean. Our river, the Santa Clara River, empties into the ocean around in between Oxnard and Ventura. So Santa Clarita would be like here, and we have Fillmore and Santa Paula, Oxnard, Ventura down here, and that's the path of our river. Okay, so there's a couple of labels of the river that you need to know. So on the bottom of a U-turn is called a cut bank. And I want you to notice where erosion happens. And then on the other side is called a point bar. Okay? It's hard to form this stuff with wet sand because it keeps wanting to ooze. All right, so we're going to label it again. What would this side be?
The point bar.
Point bar. And over here, cut bank. Okay. All right. And let's put, somebody wants a Riverview house. So they're going to put a house right here. See what happens to that house. And maybe let's put a house like right here. Some people who want to live next to a house. All right, so let's find out what happens over time to erosion in a river. Okay. Well, first of all, let's talk about the slope and how fast the river goes. All right, so I'm gonna have you pull this out and put that one under. Okay, ready? Go ahead. It's actually really heavy. Okay. All right, so is this a high or low slope?
Low.
This is a low slope. So if I turn the volume of water about the same as before, is it moving faster or slower?
Slower.
Easy, right? That's not hard. Okay. So let's put the tall one back up. So what's happening to the slope? Is it increasing? Is this a higher slope? Same volume of water. And does it go faster or slower?
Faster.
That's easy. Okay. Watch the erosion. Is it eroding on the cut bank or the point bar? Where do you notice land falling in?
Cut bank?
The cut bank. Do you notice it here on this side? And for you guys on this side, can you see the land falling in?
Yeah.
What's happening to this house?
Yeah.
It's on the cut bank. It's going to fall in. All right, so what can we do to protect this house? Uh-oh. Did we just create a new river? All right, so whose house in Santa Clarita is getting flooded right here?
Alyssa's.
Melissa's. Okay.
Alyssa.
Melissa's. Okay, so what do?
Put plastic.
We can, but what's a more permanent solution?
Make a new river.
We're gonna make a wall.
Oh.
Right down here, just right below the school, between the school and the church, that's Bouquet Creek. Does it look like a creek?
No.
What does it look like?
Dry.
It's just cement sides. You ever observe that? It's just cement sides. So we can cement the sides. The river wants to travel this way. All right, well, let's build some cement sides to keep it from going that way. These are not very good cement sides. Uh-oh, I knocked over the house. Okay. Do you notice at the end what's happening down here at the river end in the ocean?
It's leaking.
So we have sediments going into the ocean. That's how you also bring nutrients into the ocean. Okay, from land. Okay, so did we prevent flooding? Hey, we did pretty well. Kind of.
It works.
Yeah, a little bit. If my wall was better. Nah,
It wasn't really much of a cup and something else.
I know, right? I needed like some Legos or something.
Okay. Lego wall.
Yeah, and we can also, we'll pretend this is a Lego wall even though it has holes, but we can do that in front of houses too. Okay. What's going to help prevent erosion besides walls?
Trees.
Trees, okay,
Plastic.
so we can put plants. How do they prevent erosion? What is happening?
The roots.
Perfect. The roots hold the soil in place. So the more plants that we can put, they're going to prevent erosion. All right. All right, you want to see what happens to dams? How dams are made? Okay. So what they do to build a dam, and they can't really do it because we don't have a really good area to build a dam. Besides, our river only has surface water in the rainy season. So if you go out to the river or the creeks today, because it's been raining, you're gonna see surface water, but usually it's dry on top, our river. But a river that's flowing with water normally, this is how they build a dam. So let me take off these little things. Okay, so let's say this is the Colorado River and we're gonna build the Hoover Dam. Okay, they did the same up in San Francisco Canyon, the St. Francis Dam that burst. They built a dam. So what they try and do is they try to find a place where it's the skinniest here, because it's going to be the cheapest to build. And then they'll build the dam and it kind of curves inward like this because that's the most structurally sound. All right, so let's see. And they're going to kind of build a dam like that. And then this stops the water. They can let water through, as much water as they want to go through. But what's going to happen up here?
It's gonna fall.
So basically a dam, let's see if this will work. See if my dam will hold. They don't build it on sand. Sand's a terrible. They don't build. It's actually, it's, yeah. So we just built. My dam is failing. That's what happened to the St. Francis Dam. It was two different types of rock. By the way, this is sand, so we don't build dams on sand because that's what happens. So we build it on other types of rock that won't do this. But we stop the flow of water and it builds a lake behind the dam. So that's how a dam works. And of course, not with sand. Yeah, okay, good. I know some of you want to touch and play with this because it